everyone and welcome back to our channel. I'm Anne from the Sussex Handmade Soap Company, and today I'm going to be showing you how we make our bath bombs. Some of you may have seen our video a few weeks back where we were actually trialling and testing a bath bomb recipe. I am very pleased and relieved to say that since that video we have actually kept experimenting and we have now got a recipe that we are really pleased with and actually happy enough to go ahead and get assessed for sale. So that is brilliant news, and today we are going to be showing you that recipe and introducing you to it. There were three key things, I think, that actually helped us to take our recipe from being one that we were okay with to a recipe that we are now actually really pleased with. The first thing was that we bought a dehumidifier, because here in the UK we had really high humidity and that was causing our bath bombs to crumble and not stick very well and not form. So we bought a dehumidifier, which was a cost that we didn't really want to shell out, but we did, and it made a difference. It did help the bath bombs to form together better. The second thing that we did is we added cream of tartar into our recipe. We hadn't been using it initially and we were having a few issues with the bath bombs not getting as hard as we wanted them to. So we had been recommended to use cream of tartar, so we experimented with it and straight away we noticed a massive difference to the hardness of the bath bombs, and we have now incorporated that into our recipe and it is working really well and helping them to actually firm up and stay really nice and hard. And the third thing that we did, and I would possibly class this as perhaps the most important thing that we did, was we actually switched from using these little aluminium bath bomb moulds to using a 3D printed mould like this. We've got a couple of these now. The first one we got from SCI in the UK, and the second one we got from, is it Cada or Cada? I'm not quite sure how they pronounce that, but I think Cada Moulds in the USA. And these 3D moulds have made the world of difference to our bath bombs. They are so easy to use. The bath bombs come out much more uniform because we can actually weigh the ingredients directly into this, which we couldn't do with the aluminium moulds. And they come out really easily and they float as well. The bath bombs that we use with this mould, we know that if we put 165 grams of bath bomb ingredients into here, we know that we will get a bath bomb that floats. So these have made an absolute world of difference, and I would not be without them now. So that is what we shall be showing you today, us doing our bath bomb. It will be a little different in that I will probably do a voiceover for most of this for two reasons. The first one is that I'm going to turn the dehumidifier on in just a moment, so that will put a lot of background noise around the room, and the second reason is that I will be wearing a mask for weighing out some of the ingredients, and if I was trying to talk to you guys I would be really muffled if I'm wearing a mask. So yeah, there will be some voiceover for today's video. So that's how we're going to do it. Let's jump in and show you our bath bombs. So we're beginning today by weighing our bicarbonate of soda and our cream of tartar into our mixing bowl. And if anyone wants our exact measurements that we've used today, I am going to be publishing them down in the description box so you can see our entire recipe with weights there. And we are sieving the bicarbonate of soda in the cream of tartar just because that helps any little lumps to get out and will make it easier to mix later on. We are then going to weigh out our distilled water. And to our distilled water we are going to add a tiny amount of amethyst coloured water soluble dye. And when I say tiny I mean super tiny. We are actually using just 0.3 grams of amethyst water soluble dye. And we just sprinkle it into the water and then we mix it really, really well. And this actually gives a really vibrant purple colour. We could use even less dye. I have experimented with weights down to as low as 0.1 gram, and even 0.1 gram still gave us a really nice pale purple colour. And indeed we do actually use this pale purple colour in another of our bath bombs that we make. Once the water and the dye are mixed together really, really well, we start slowly adding them into the bicarbonate of soda and cream of tartar mix. And I do this before I put any other ingredients in. I get my water in straight away and I just combine it into that bicarbonate of soda and cream of tartar mix really well, just to incorporate the water and incorporate the colour and turn it that beautiful purple shade. And one of the key things that I have learnt through all of my experimentation is that mixing really is the key to having a bath bomb that works nicely. So I mix and then I mix some more. And we end up with a lovely mix there. And now we are adding some grapeseed oil. So I'm going to weigh out just a small amount of grapeseed oil, and again you can get my measurements in the description for this video if you want to follow our recipe and try our recipe yourself. And then to our grapeseed oil we add our fragrance, and today we are using black plum and rhubarb, which is a really lovely fruity fragrance, and we are using it at about 1%. We could go up to 2, but we found that 1% actually gave us a really nice scent, not too strong. And then we add the grapeseed and the fragrance oil into our bicarbonate of soda and cream of tartar mix. And again, mixing really well to incorporate. You will see a lot of mixing in this video. And now it's time to pop on my mask, because I'm going to be using our SCI powder next. And this is a very fine powder and it can get airborne and it can really irritate your throat and lungs if you don't wear a mask. And now that we're actually going to be making more bath bombs, I am going to upgrade my mask as well, because I don't think the one I am currently using is quite good enough. And again, I am sieving this to get out any little lumps. And in a minute you are going to view something rarely seen, and that is a glimpse of Wayne, purely because we were trying to film footage on his phone, but for some reason this little next bit didn't quite work, so there is a cameo appearance of Wayne. And I'm now measuring in our citric acid. I'm adding this last to the mix because I found that it really helped for the bath bomb not to activate by adding the citric acid in last. And now we are mixing it again very well, and we are going for the texture of kinetic sand. And here is our bath bomb mould in action. We have got the 3 pieces and the bottom just slips in like this, and then we place it on the scales so we can actually weigh the amount of mix we are popping in. And to this bath bomb I am actually also adding a tiny pinch of Eco Glitter in the colour Deep Space, a lovely purple shimmery colour. You certainly don't want to sneeze around this though, it is super fine and you need the tiniest little amount. And I'm just sprinkling this into the mould, like so. And now I am simply just picking up handfuls of bath bomb mix and just dropping them lightly into the mould. I am not compressing them, I am not pressing it down, I'm just lightly sprinkling it in. And I want a weight of about 165 grams in my mould, because I know that produces a nice bomb that is nice and hard, stays together and also floats. And here you can see kind of the texture of our mix. It is very much like kinetic sand. And just gently piling it up above the top of the mould, using my fingers to kind of just gently, very gently press it down and mound it up until I've got 165 grams in weight. Once I've reached the required weight, I take the top part of the mould and I just pop it over the top and press it down. And then I slide the mould off the scales, and I'm pressing down again now, and I'm pressing fairly firmly now, and then just sliding the mould back and forth to kind of clean it up a little bit, and then removing this outside bit. And here you can see the satin ring that we have got. I'm just going to clean that up a little now with my fingers by running my fingers just around it, just to tidy it up a little bit. And for unmoulding, I just tap the mould with a spoon fairly firmly, and I find that this just releases the mould really easily, and there you can see the top of our bath bomb. And now I'm popping the lid back on just to turn it over and do the exact same thing on the other side, tapping with the spoon and releasing the other side of the bath bomb. And the final thing I like to do is just a little spritz of isopropyl alcohol, just because I found that this stopped our bath bombs from being powdery, and it really did work for us because ours were powdery, and then we sprayed with the alcohol and it stopped all that, which was great. And I don't have a drying rack at present, so I pop them down on Pat Butcher's face purely because the book is laminated and they don't stick. I will get a drying rack in future, but for now, this works. And we shall be back tomorrow to show you the bath bomb in action. So it's now been 3 days since we made this bath bomb, and it has dried nicely and it is nice and hard, and we are going to show you a tester of it in the bath now. Just one quick point, some of you may have noticed that we don't use polysorbate 80 in our bath bombs and may be wondering why that is and how we can make a bath bomb with oil in it without using polysorbate 80. I have linked a video up here explaining why we're not using it, because it will be quite an involved description and I don't want to go into it too much today and take away from what today's video is about. But if you are wondering, check out this video, and if you still have questions after watching this video, then do drop a message in the comments box. Anyway, let's test this bath bomb now. So that was our black plum and rhubarb bath bomb testing and making a video. If you enjoyed today's video and would like to see more content like this, then be sure to hit that subscribe button, because we will be uploading more bath bomb videos in the future, as well as our regular soap making videos and body scrubs and things like that. So be sure to subscribe to the channel to see more content like this. Thank you for watching today.
Do leave a comment, give us a like if you enjoyed the video, and we will see you next time for some more soapy fun. Bye for now.